My mother, who turned and left, just wanted me to live a good life. That day in the garage, my mother held me in her mouth and walked towards a human being and let me walk to the human being by myself. I was very scared and didn't want to leave my mother. I turned around and saw that my mother turned around and walked away. I knew to try to walk towards the human being again. Seeing that I was picked up by the human being, my mother stopped following and left. This human being was very good to me. He held me in his arms, fed me delicious milk, and bought me an electric car. I no longer had to suffer from cold and hunger, but I always missed my mother and always made the action of stepping on milk. That day, this human being took me out and saw my mother again. My mother was chased by several dogs to a tree. I shouted for a long time, but my mother didn't come down. Finally, I told my mother and the human being that the dog just now had left, and my mother came down. I quickly jumped off the human being and ran towards my mother. But my mother turned and walked away as if she didn't recognize me, as if to say that the day she sent me away, she was no longer my mother.